Welcome to the Breathe Your Truth Qigong Breath Practice Meditation. My name is David Depler. I'm founder of Breathe Your Truth, physical therapist trained. I'm a Qigong instructor, and I'm coming to you from Cocoa Beach, Florida. So what we're going to do tonight, we're going to use a breath practice. We're actually going to use 3 breath practices with the goal of first elevating the system, kind of jacking things up. And then we're going to use a breath practice to find middle ground, and then we're going to use a breath practice to really settle, and that'll help us step into the meditation. This has a good effect on your heart rate, your blood pressure, your digestion. Transition into sleep tonight. So the hope is, if you track your REM sleep and your deep sleep, things are going to show up a little bit better for you today. If you know your breath fitness score, we're looking at a 1.2 or higher for the breath practice we're going to do tonight that would be appropriate. If you don't know your breath fitness score, don't panic, don't leave us. There is a link in the description below. Afterwards, you can get your breath fitness score. There's even a link in there if you're interested in improving your breath fitness score. There is a class specifically designed for it. You can also reach out for coaching if you want help on improving your breath fitness score. All right, I think that's all the intro bits, so let's start. We're going to play first in standing, and then we'll sit and finish in sitting. In standing, let's just find our good standing position. So with the feet shoulder width apart, pick your toes up, spread them wide, and then lay them down comfortably onto the floor. Just feel how your inner arches are lifting. The knees become soft, and that opens the door to drop the tailbone towards the earth. From here, the shoulders pick up, rest comfortably on the back of the rib cage, and the crown of the head goes skyward, just enough that we get a small little tuck of the chin down. And then from there, the last step is to simply drop the top part of the sternum, the manubrium, just a little bit towards the earth in a way that helps the muscles between the shoulder blades relax. This stacks us up in a way that our breath can begin to settle. So right now, just find your breath wherever it is. If you're like me, I was all jacked up before we jumped on the call, so my breath is a little bit high. As I calm down, my breath will drop down lower. And then begin to just feel the breath in the belly. So as you take a breath in, there's a very gentle expansion of the belly, and as you breathe out, it comes back. So a breath in, and a breath out. And now the real test is, let's check that in the ribs. So the lower ribs, hands come right around the lowest part of the ribs, your thumbs pointing in the back. And see if you can feel those ribs in the back expand with a breath in. If the ribs, the lowest ribs in the back move, you're using your full diaphragm, and that's the goal. And now that you've got that, allow the breath to settle. In other words, let it become more subtle. So it's a very small movement that's happening in this 360-degree expansion. Right now, as we stand here, our metabolic demand is pretty low. And so our breathing really can quiet down, and that's actually best for our body. Don't worry, we're going to jack it up in a moment, but we're going to start from a place that's very settled, and then return to that and even find something more settled. And now let's begin a movement called Buddha Holds Up the Earth. We're going to draw energy up the center of the body, right at about the face. The hands turn, do a 180 to turn and face skyward. We pull the elbows back gently, and then with a breath out, we release. So a breath in, and a breath out. Nice, easy, subtle breathing. So this is not big breathing. Simply allow the movement to draw the breath in, and allow the movement to help the breath out. So there's no efforting around the breath. The breath is simply following the movement. Hips glide forward with a breath in, and with a breath out, the hips gently glide back. One more. Wonderful. So welcome. That got us all in the room. And now we're going to begin to play. The first breathing practice we're going to do, we're going to light the system up. We're going to use a movement called spinal cord breathing. So in this, we take a breath in, we open the chest, and with a breath out, we open the hands and then come back to a nice gentle fist as we round forward. So there's not an up and down movement with the body. It is purely just the spine moving. It's called spinal cord breathing. And we're going to bias the inhale. So we're going to take a big, forceful breath in, and then we're going to take a forceful, fast, powerful breath out. So it's a in through the nose and then an out through the mouth. Breath in, big and wide, and a breath out. Breath in, breath out. Five more of these. If you've got a little bit of dizziness going on right now, that's okay. If it's a lot of dizziness, you might take this as a chance to just stop the motion. Otherwise, let's do two more. Breath in. One more. And now just take a moment to come back to that standing position. You can allow your eyes to close or just take a soft gaze. Just allow things to settle. And then we'll begin a movement called soaring crane. This one we're going to match the breath in to the breath out. We're in through the nose and out through the nose. And here we're finding an equal breath in and an equal breath out. Allowing the breath to be subtle. There's a tendency when we do a movement this way to make the breath bigger than it needs to be. And so you're just going to coach yourself into letting the breath be what you need. Breath in and a breath out. And a breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Two more. And then take a moment just to check in with that. It's natural to do a bit of a comparison to this practice compared to the first practice. And then let's do one more version of soaring crane. With a breath in, we'll open. We're going to add a little bit to this one. Breath out, index finger and thumb meet. Then a breath in, the hands come towards the shoulders, and with a breath out, we press away. And we begin again. A breath in, even out. Breath in towards the lungs, and a breath out to release the lungs. A breath out. A breath in. A breath out. A breath in. Breath out. Breath in, breath out. And release. And now let's take a comfortable seat. That can be a seat on the floor, meditation cushion, yoga block, or it might be having a seat in a dining room chair. The important part is that your spine is able to be comfortably upright. So as you sit, you can still find that normal inward curve of the low back. And so let's stack our sitting up, just feeling the weight of your pelvis into whatever you're sitting on. Shoulder blades lift up, gently round the corner and just rest on the back of the rib cage. The tongue is resting gently on the roof of your mouth, breathing in and out through the nose. The crown of the head is lifting skyward as much as the tailbone is resting into whatever you're sitting on. And so there becomes this feeling of being upright in an effortless way. And then allowing yourself to catch up. And then let's take that same movement we just learned, soaring crane, in a sitting position. And this time we're going to bias the exhale. So we'll do a very gentle inhale. And the exhale, index finger and thumb come together, and we're just going to take our sweet time with it. So we're going to slow the exhale. Very comfortable inhale. It's not big, it's just what feels right. And then really enjoy the exhale, especially the beginning part of the exhale. So a breath in. That first part of the exhale we're going to catch and slow down just enough to see it. So we're not stopping it. We're just slowing it down enough so it can be seen. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. And a breath out. And now release the hands to the lap and continue that breathing pattern. So it's a very gentle, subtle breath in, and then this comfortably extended breath out. So do several breath cycles like that on your own. And then allow yourself to let go of the breath. So no more manipulating the breathing, just let the breathing happen on its own. And you can let your attention now rest in what's referred to as the lower dantian, an energetic center in the center of the body, just below the level of the navel. So by all means, feel free to occasionally just witness the breath, but the focus now is really just on a location in the body. And we'll take a few minutes with that. We'll start and end with the bell. So this practice that you've just done sets your nervous system up to be able to rest and settle. And all you really have to do is get out of the way of it. And allowing your attention to rest in that energetic center just below the navel. is one way to simply step aside and let your nervous system come down as it wants to. And as your nervous system settles, something very amazing happens. You may feel the side effect of that being relaxation, but even more than that, clarity comes. So allow yourself to simply be in that slightly or maybe significantly more clear place. And see what you see with that clarity. Sometimes that's things that are pleasant, but it isn't always. So don't worry about changing. Just take rest in that clearer place of seeing. That clarity may help you see the energetic center in the lower abdomen, or it may simply be that you can witness more clearly how often you leave whatever it is you're trying to focus on. Just the act of seeing how you travel mentally is powerful. Again, let's coordinate the breath with movement. Allowing one hand to rest, holding the energy in the lower abdomen. Let the other arm gather energy and bring that energy down right in front of the forehead, and just pause for a moment. Just connecting the energy of the hand to an energetic center just behind the eyes in the center. Feeling that area fill up. And then releasing that, allowing the hand to come right in front of the heart center. The energetic center of the heart is right in the center of the chest. And then guiding that energy to rest back into the... And then with the other hand, gather energy. Connect that energy to our energetic center just behind the eyes, right in the center. You may feel warmth, maybe a change in color that you see. And then allow that energy to sink to the center of the chest. And then allow that energy to rest in the lower abdomen. And with the breath in, gather energy. This time just draw it evenly down throughout the body. One more time with the other arm. Breath in and a breath out. And then one time with both arms. Breath in, breath out. We can stop at the heart center. And here, I thank you for your practice. Thank you for joining me tonight. We'll get it worked out a little bit more as we go along. We are taking a bit of a break, leaving for South Africa the day after Thanksgiving. Next week is Thanksgiving, and assuming that we may all be passed out on the sofa by this time of night. So we'll pick this up formally at the end of December, beginning of January. We will be, hopefully, broadcasting live from South Africa at some point, so just watch for updates on Facebook of when that's going to happen. And otherwise, tomorrow is Friday morning, so those of you who are local to Cocoa Beach, I'll see you out on the beach. All right. Thanks, everybody. Rest well tonight.